Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. So on behalf of His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada, would like to welcome all of you to the home of Shambhihari Prabhu and Parameshwari Mataji, the home of Gauranitai. So today is a wonderful day in many ways. Especially it is the disappearance day of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who is the prominent of the 6 Goswamis. Although he is not the oldest of the Goswamis, but in Vaishnav circles, one is considered senior or important in as much as they are offering the greatest contribution. And so Srila Rupa Goswami, although he is the younger brother of Srila Sanatana Goswami, he is considered the leader. So the 6 Goswamis, you may be familiar, they are the direct disciples of Sri Krishna Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So we have on the altar there, Vande Shri Krishna Nityananda Sahodito Gauda Doya Pushpavinto Chitra Sando Tamonudo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda. You see that they have their hands raised. That is to give us a clue what type of movement that they are sharing with the world. It's a movement which consists of chanting and dancing. And this dancing is the natural exhibition of the heart's happiness. So how will the heart become happy and fulfilled? When we flood the heart with Krishna's name. The name Krishna means all attractive. Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure. His other name is called Rama. So if Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure, then those who are in contact with Krishna, what will they feel? And what type of pleasure will they feel? There is Jagadananda, which is so-called happiness ananda of this world. Then there's also Devananda. There is the happiness of the Devatas, the higher planetary systems. Then there is also Vaikunthananda. Vaikuntha means that place where there is no miseries, no suffering. Prabhu, can you imagine such a place where you are not feeling sleepy and tired? We can't. We're in Delhi, we are busy up, left, right, and center. So Vaikuntha means no disturbances. There we have spiritual body. We went past heaven already. In Devananda there's Swaga. That body is also much better than this one, but it's not the best which is available. So in Vaikuntha, no miseries. But further than Vaikuntha, there is the planet of Lord Krishna, which has divisions. Also there is the area of Lord Chaitanya, which is called Navadvip Dham. And there, the ananda that they're experiencing is based on prema, premananda. So what Gaura and Nitai have brought here is a process that gives us access to the happiness of prema, of love. Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan, he is considering that I have come to this material world and I spoke Bhagavad Gita. How many of you have Bhagavad Gita at home? Who got Bhagavad Gita at their wedding? You're gifted, huh? Sometimes Bhagavad Gita, it's called Bhagavad Gita as it is, and in some homes it's still sitting as it was given, as it is, untouched, as is in the plastic even. So it's not just to sit as is, it's to be opened and read. So Lord Krishna was thinking, I've spoken this message, Savadamam parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam savapapebhyo mokshayasami masucha, that please have no fear. Why will you not have fear? If you surrender unto me by giving up all other ideas and plans for your happiness. What will Krishna do? I'll protect you from all sinful karmas that are chasing us from many lifetimes. We've even forgotten what we've done. Krishna said, if you surrender unto me, I protect you from all of this. But then the Lord is saying, no, they are not surrendering. They are busy in Delhi, in Johannesburg. They are doing what they feel is important. They are not surrendering. So how can I help them to surrender? See, now the heart of Krishna is compassionate. It's one thing to give an instruction, and it's one thing to say, oh, he's not following, that's your fault, you suffer, I gave you good instruction, you didn't follow. But Krishna is so kind and so loving that he thinks that I must come and I myself must follow the instructions that I have taught, so that I don't just become someone who gives theory but doesn't demonstrate the practical aspect of it. So we find in Caitanya Mahaprabhu Shri Krishna Chandra, who has come in the mood of the best of the devotees, Srimati Radharani, to demonstrate what it is to be a devotee of Krishna. Therefore, our process of worshipping Krishna is not that on my own, because I saw my parents have Radha Krishna at home, I grew up around, so I will just attempt to serve Radha and Krishna like that. No. We have to get the process from the best devotee, Srimati Radharani. That's the mood Krishna has come in. And so as Gauranga Mahaprabhu, then he also is further merciful and is humble. Although he's Bhagavan himself, he's thinking, my preaching is not enough. I must now empower my associates so that in my absence they can teach and clarify more and more about the process of bhakti. So enter Rup and Sanatan. So Srila Rupa Goswami, before he was Rupa, they are born in Brahmin families. They were devotees from birth. It's said that in their home they had also different forests which they had named according to the forests of Vrindavan. They were hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. They were so brilliant and intelligent that the Nawab, Hussain Shah, a Muslim leader, he recruited them, practically forced them. That you will become my secretary, chief secretary. Anupam, their younger brother, became treasurer, and Rup was almost like prime minister, because he could see in them good qualities. Lord Chaitanya, when he was on the planet, he knew that these two servants of mine, were somewhere in West Bengal. And so he told his associates that he wanted to go to Vrindavan, but first he will go to Navadvip. And if you have to go to Braj, from why go to in another direction? Vrindavan is in another direction, opposite. But he wanted to meet them, so he went to Ramkeli. And these two brothers had simultaneous dreams. That in both their dreams, they saw a Brahman who came to tell them that you are wasting your lives in serving this Nawab Hussain. There's a greater mission for your lives, and there's a sadhu that is coming to talk to you about this. But with the Lord that they saw in their dreams, they felt this could not be anyone else but Shri Krishna. So when actually Caitanya Mahaprabhu came to Ramakeli and they met him, they were displaying such humility. They had straw in their teeth. And they offered obeisances from a distance. And Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, your humility is breaking my heart. So right there we see the first item that allows us to receive spiritual knowledge. Lord Krishna discusses also in the Bhagavad Gita that amani tvam. This is the first process of gathering knowledge, humility. Why humility? Because knowledge flows like a river. So the rivers, they're starting up in India, Himalayas. Very high places, and then the water slowly goes until it goes to the lowest parts and valleys to the ocean. So similarly, knowledge comes from the superior, and if I feel like the teacher, who is this teacher? I know more than this teacher, he looks useless guy. Even though you may sit in front of that teacher, whatever seems to be going into the ear, it just bounces out again. Or it's in this one, out the other one. It can never enter the heart because one is not receiving, feeling that I am lowly, I don't know, I need to hear. So the Lord began there to give them his blessings. When Caitanya Mahaprabhu had left that place, then the first installment of getting his mercy was that they resolved that they are done with the government service. So this is where we lose most of the people. When they hear this, oh, there's Bhakti, it will make me poor. What were these jobs? Government jobs. They were paid in gold. Caitanya Mahaprabhu, when he met them, he practically initiated them. Dabir Kas became Rupa Goswami, and Sakar Malik became Sanatan Goswami. So by giving the name, Caitanya Mahaprabhu practically initiated them. So Rupa Goswami, he was the first to not go to work. He stayed at home, invited some Brahmins, and he was hearing Krishna Katha. Of course, he went and gathered his money. 50% of it he gave to the Brahmins and the Vaishnavas for spreading Krishna consciousness. And he gave 25% to his relatives. Hey, you would give 25%? You have to first pick, no, not this relative, no. This one, no. 50% for Krishna consciousness. Also, we lose devotees at this point. No, we cannot give our retirement. But this is Sarvajna Parityaja. Mam Ekam. Alone, Krishna, they are surrendering. And therefore they have no fear, because Krishna will take care. Rup was at home and hearing Bhagavatam. And the Nawab was thinking, what happened to my chief minister? Is he sick or what's going on? Maybe he's sick. He went to check. And he found no, he was just relishing Krishna Katha. Sanatan couldn't escape at that time. After losing Rupa, Nawab made sure that he'll lock him up. He puts him in jail. Anyway, Rup and Anupam, they left. They were trying to find out where Caitanya Mahaprabhu is. They heard that Caitanya Mahaprabhu had traveled to Prayag. So they went there to meet him. But at Prayag, Triveni, so many pilgrims were there. And because Caitanya Mahaprabhu is very effulgent, sannyasi, everyone was attracted to him. You can well imagine that he is possessing the complexion and the mood of Srimati Radharani. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari. She is so beautiful. She is the emblem of all beauty. And so he reflected that beauty and that grace. And more than anything, the Krishna prema of his heart was what was most attractive about him. So when they got there, they saw too many people are there. We cannot get his association. So they hang back, still humble. Mahaprabhu understood that they were there, and he then left all the crowds. He went to the house of one Brahmin, Vallabhacharya, and later on he went to a quieter place called Dashashwamedha Ghat. There he gave his instructions to Rupa Goswami. And there at Dashashwamedha Ghat, Srila Rupa Goswami spoke this beautiful verse glorifying Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Namo Maha Vadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Tuse Namaha. That, O Chaitanya Dev, you are the most munificent, meaning you are so giving. And why are you so most munificent? Because you are distributing Krishna Prema. Now, you can imagine so many people are charitable. Just the last Kumbh Mela, the Ambanis, how many lakh rupees, crores did they give for feeding people at Kumbh Mela? So this is amazing. They have enough, they gave so much. We have so much, we can give so much. But Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he's not giving charity to people who are asking for it. In Kali Yuga, people don't think they need Krishna Prema really. Maybe some rupees, yes? Yeah. That we will accept. Give us. What is Krishna Prema? Even people don't even know about Krishna Prema. So Caitanya Mahaprabhu is giving Golokera Prema Dhana, the wealth of Goloka, which is this Harinam, the name of Krishna. He is giving it to the people of Kali Yuga who are the most fallen, who don't care for it really. And he is going around distributing it indiscriminately. He's not asking for qualifications. So Rupa Goswami is acknowledging that you are so kind, you are so merciful, that you are distributing Krishna Prema everywhere. So we have not found any Lord most compassionate as you. There Caitanya Mahaprabhu spent 10 days instructing Rupa Goswami on the science of Krishna consciousness. So he taught him about the science of rasa. What are these feelings that are experienced in a relationship with Krishna. Why should we bother ourselves about having a relationship with Krishna? Right now we are in relationships, and why do we like our friends? How we feel when we are with our friends. This is what we like. Why you are married to your spouse. First you were thinking how you will feel. Oh, you will make a home together. You can raise your children together, see them grow. You can attend weddings together. So many things is about how you will feel. So relationship means feelings. So what are the feelings in the mood of Bhakti? Vraja Bhakti. What is that science? What are those feelings? So Mahaprabhu is teaching him Bhagavatam, is teaching him Rasa Tattva, the science of Krishna consciousness. Why? So that Rupa Goswami can expand on this and write many books, fleshing out all this science, giving the details of it. Why? So that you and I can benefit. Srila Narottama Das Goswami, Narottama Das Thakur, sings, and he is expressing that when will I have a desire to read the books of the Goswamis? When that day will come, then I can get to know about the loving relationships of Radha and Krishna. Then I will become interested to enter Vrindavan. You live here in Delhi. So Vrindavan is not too far from you. That is one layer of Vrindavan where we can drive to Mathura, Vrindavan. And even that layer is full of so much blessings because so many temples in Vrindavan. The river Jamuna is there where Lord Krishna performed his pastimes. Not so far away, Govardhan is there, Radha Kund, Shama Kund. So many Leela stands in Brajmanda where we can go and hear and remember Lord Krishna. So Srila Rupa Goswami was given this science of Krishna consciousness. And already Caitanya Mahaprabhu was giving him his mission in life. When we accept Guru, then we are chanting in our ISKCON temples, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Akya. That the words that are coming from the face, not just the face, but the lips of Srila Gurudev, I will make them my life and soul. And I want them also to purify my consciousness. So what are the words? The words are the mission of the disciple. The spiritual master, he imparts to us like a roadmap. What will I do with my life? When we take initiation, show of hands who's taken initiation. You can raise your hand, those who are initiated. 1, 2, 3, 4. About 5, 6. Okay, so the market is good here. We only have 6. You still have so many others. So if you've attended such initiations, generally the big excitement is we're waiting to hear the name. And your name is, and also disciples, please give me a nice name, Gurudev. Because others have been calling me Bhakta so-and-so for so long, and I'm tired of being Bhakta. Now I want my own dash name. But we are saying that when the name is being given and the mridanga, boom, 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 we get excited, new name. But the devotees always express that the main aspect of the name is the dasa or the dasi. That is the mission, to become das, to become dasi. And not das directly of Krishna, but the servant of the servant of the servants of Shri Krishna. Now that is not an easy thing to do. It's easy to get the name. You can get a name, Bhakti Savagya Gauranga Swami. But to be a master of your mind and senses, and to offer your mind and senses to Krishna, that's another story. The name you can get, Das. But to become a Das, this is the mission of the disciple. And to achieve this also means the Guru has his mission in this world. He has an objective. There's something to achieve. Srila Prabhupada established this International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Krishna Bhakti Ras Bhavita Mati. Rupa Goswami has written this verse. Prabhupada just crystallized it as Krishna consciousness. Meaning, his mission is to allow us to absorb in Krishna Bhakti Ras. Again, this mellow, being absorbed in the mellow of serving Lord Krishna. So, devotee should always ask himself or herself, what is my absorption in the service of Krishna? What is my service to the mission of Guru? When you have no service, then what is this name Das or Dasi? It's a big fat lie. When we have no service, how can we act as a servant when we have no service? Like you are sitting at home, you have no job. You feel happy? No. Even the relatives, they tolerate a little bit and then they start speaking not so nice words to you. Now all you know is just to sit here and watch TV. You must go out there, get some service, get a job. So even in this world, we feel worthwhile when we have some service, some job, something to do. Now, Caitanya Mahaprabhu, and it's discussed by Srila Kavikanapu in his book Chaitanya Chandrodaya, what was the mission given to Rupa Goswami? One part of the mission was that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted him to go to Vrindavan to excavate or to uncover all the Leela stands of the Lord. Vrindavan at that time had just become big jungle, big forest. People didn't really know exactly where Krishna performed what pastimes. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted Rup and Sanatan to go there and to discover these places. And when you discover these places, he also wanted them to establish temples there, establish deity worship there. Because if we just went to Vrindavan and it was just forest, will we even go just to look at the forest, Prabhu? No. Srila Prabhupada was asked by one man that, Swamiji, why are you building new temples when India has so many temples, old temples everywhere? Even here in Vrindavan, when he was going to build Krishna Balaram Mandir, Vrindavan has got so many old temples. Why you have to build a new one? Why don't you just renovate the old temples? It's a good question. Yeah, you can think like that. If you're in a place where there's over 1,000 temples and you are saying, I want to build a temple, just take one. So Srila Prabhupada, he turned to him and asked him, he said, is this your wife? He said, yes. Why you have to have this wife when there are so many other women elsewhere? You also, from your own wife, you want to have your own children. You're not going to go and get other people's children to raise. You want to raise your own kids. Also, Prabhupada wants to make an offering to Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada said, we are building these temples not because we want to enjoy temples. We can sit under the tree and chant Hare Krishna and we will be happy. But who will come to hear about Krishna under a tree? If Prabhuji invited all of you tonight under one tree just somewhere, how many of you would have come? Prabhuji, are you sure we should come under this tree? Maybe I'm busy today. So he called you at home. So Caitanya Mahaprabhu not only spoke to Rupa Goswami all these categories of knowledge, but also it is said that he entered his heart and empowered him. You see, without the empowerment of the Lord, nobody can spread the glories of Krishna. In fact, even though Rupa Goswami had heard and he went to Vrindavan, he only spent 1 month there. And like all new disciples, and we want to be at the lotus feet of Gurudev. He didn't want to stay in Vrindavan. I still want to go spend time with Mahaprabhu. He heard that Caitanya Mahaprabhu had gone to Jagannath Puri. So he went to Jagannath Puri. Of course, he had arranged for his own brother Sanatan Goswami. He had left him money, that he was going to use that money to find a way out of his imprisonment. So, if you've heard of something called bribery, I've heard in India it doesn't happen, no? It happens. Yes, bribery happens everywhere. Actually, I think India and South Africa have a lot in common in this area. I don't know here, but there, if even police stop you, when they stop you, you can just take your license and put 50 rands with the license, and you'll say, "Can I see your license?" You say, "Yes, sir." You take the license, and with the license, there's money for cool drink. Then he says, "Yes, don't do this again, huh?" Then he'll give you your license and you go. I mean, one day I was driving with my own mother and we got stopped. And so when he came, he asked for license. My mother saw me take some money with the license and give. She was shocked. "Hey, why are you giving him money?" I said, "They are working not for justice, but they're working for money. So if you want to make this quick, because they will come, and we're recording this, yes, we bribed the police." Hare Krishna. Our time is to serve Krishna, not to be debating about the speed with the policemen. Rupa Goswami left money, and Sanatan Goswami told the jail guard, who was a Muslim man. First, he told him, "Oh, you are such a very pious man. You are like a wonderful lover of God and you follow your religion very nicely. I'm fortunate that actually you are my jail guard." And he said, "Though, if you help me, then you will get even more blessings. And I also have something for you." And generally, money is the number one blessing that everyone is praying for. Huh? Dhanam. When he heard that there was money in there, then, he understood, yes, I'm very saintly, you are a saintly man, this is not good that you are in jail, I will help you. But he wants to help himself also. So when Rupa Goswami went to Jagannath Puri, there Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started to introduce him to all his associates. And the Lord, it is said, when he glorified Rupa Goswami, it was as if he has 10 faces. Not enough mouths to speak the glories of Rupa Goswami. And the other devotees, they didn't feel envious. You know, sometimes you are there with someone that you know, and all of a sudden some new person that you don't know is being glorified, and we make it our job. Maybe they don't see properly. I will find the faults of this person. Why they say so many nice things about him. In fact, even Srila Prabhupada, many of his disciples, some say that when they met Srila Prabhupada, they had met first his disciples. And the disciples were saying so many nice things about Srila Prabhupada. And they came thinking, nah, my friends, they've been brainwashed by this Indian Baba. I will come and study this so-called guru. And I will find out that he is a cheater, maybe. He has also bad qualities. And with this motive to come and discover the faults of Srila Prabhupada, so if you want to hear faults, that means you will open your ear more. Because you want to find out where the fault is. I didn't pronounce very nicely. He said this, but it's supposed to be that. But now when you hear from a pure devotee with such a big open ear, what will happen? Then his katha, because it is pure Krishna katha, it will transform the heart. We have an example when Srila Haridas Thakur, who himself was born a Muslim, but by his associating with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the holy name, he became such a purified Vaishnava that Mahaprabhu himself named him the Namacharya. That from him you will learn the glories of the holy name. You can imagine some who were not really purified Vaishnavas, they are like born again Hindus, smarta Brahmanas, What is this Muslim? How can he teach us about Harinam? But Haridas Thakur, his chanting and his love for the Lord was so pure that there was envy that was aroused. And when one of the landowners, is it Gopal Chapala, he heard this former Muslim has become a Vaishnava. Now everyone is going to see him there. They are glorifying him. They are bringing him all sorts of gifts. They should be coming to me. So he thought, I will destroy him. But how will I destroy him? He called a conference of all the women of the night. Prostitutes, please come here. I have money for you. There's this one Baba there. He's alone in some cave chanting. Any one of you who goes and disturbs his mind and bring him down, I will pay you even more. So in this way, he was envious of the pure devotee. He arranged a situation to make him fall down. But when this prostitute lady went there, Haridas Thakur said, I'm so fortunate that you have come to hear from me. You have come to visit me. And that you say, you find me very handsome, you want to enjoy with me. This is a good idea. You're also very pretty. My problem is that I have this vrata, this vow of chanting Harinam. Let me first finish my promise, my vrat to my guru. I said I will chant so much. When I finish chanting this japa, then we will enjoy. And so she sat there, and what was she doing? She was hearing him chant. Now his chanting, it is prema, rolling off his tongue. He is directly glorifying the Lord. So he chanted night, night. Oh, I started hearing the kokalakako. Morning had come. He apologized, my dear beautiful young lady. I couldn't finish today. But if you come tomorrow, we'll definitely enjoy together. Okay, she was encouraged. She came back the next day. He's still chanting. She sat there. There's Tulsi Maharani. She's listening. He couldn't finish again. Oh, she's disappointed. No, but tomorrow, definitely, you come here and we will enjoy. She came. He was still chanting, you please wait. She sat there. She was hearing. And then her heart became purified. She saw, what am I doing with my life? How am I here trying to entice this pure devotee? What is this occupation of being a prostitute? I must surrender myself to Haridas Thakur. She became purified, she surrendered herself, she became a wonderful devotee, a saint. So, hearing is very important. The motive for hearing is not so important in the beginning. Some came to find fault with Prabhupada, they started to hear. She came to hear, not to hear Haridas Thakur, but just to make him give up his chanting, make him fall down. But then she heard the holy name and she was transformed. And so this hearing process is the first item of devotion. And the disciple has to hear from the Guru with attention, with submission. We mentioned before, humility, amanitvam. This is the first quality that allows the water of divine knowledge to flow down into the heart of the living being. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is like that. It is for us who are very fallen. So Rupa Goswami stayed there 10 months. He didn't want to leave Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And at Ratyacha, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would dance and dance. His dancing was most amazing. It said sometimes he would jump up like a danda. Just up, up, up. Sometimes he was just like a raging fire. He's running this way, that way, dancing. Sometimes it was Madhurya Nitya, swinging to and fro. And sometimes he would stop and he would offer prayers to the Lord. And he was offering some prayers and the devotees couldn't understand. His prayer is talking about, oh, I am the same young girl, you are the same young boy, we are here, it is the same time of autumn, and but I cannot enjoy here, I cannot wait for us to go back under the Vetasi tree. And the devotees were thinking he's a sannyasi. Why is he speaking these prayers that seem like the talking of young boy or young girl missing their boyfriend? But then later on, Rupa Goswami, he understood this verse. And then he went and composed his own verse. And there he was speaking that I am the same Radharani and you are the same Krishna. But here, this is not the same as Vrindavan. I want us to go back to Vrindavan where the breeze of the Yamuna blows. And there we can be together. And when Rupa Goswami went to take bath, he left this verse above the door of his hut. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had come to visit him, then he saw this, hey, what's this verse? He opened it, he read, and he was shocked. And he went to Swarup Damodar and his associates. And he said, how is it that this Rupa Goswami knows my heart? Right? When he offered those prayers, only Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai could understand. Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai is Vishaka Saki. Swarup Damodar is Lalita Saki. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we said, he is Radha Bhava Juti Suvalitam. He is enveloped in the mood of Shrimati Radharani. He has taken the mood of Radharani. So Lalita and Vishaka are Shrimati Radharani's close associates. And therefore they know everything about her heart and her love for Krishna. But now he's saying, how is Rupa? How is he understanding my heart? Then they said, it means that you have given him your mercy. Because without giving your mercy, he cannot understand your heart. And that's why also Narottam Das Thakur has written the verse, Sri Caitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Sayang Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. That Rupa Goswami, you are establishing the Manobishtam. And here it's not just mind as in the brain substance but the mind meaning the chitta, the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Srila Rupa Goswami is the heart of Shrimati Radharani. Because he, of course we are seeing his sadhana deha, his body in the practice form as Rupa Goswami. They are teaching devotion as if they are practicing it themselves. But as an eternal associate, Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari. And Rupa Manjari is the leader of the young girls who are serving Shrimati Radharani and her Astasaki gopis. So means the children, they go wherever they want. Nobody stops children from going anywhere. And so these devotees, they know everything about the love of Vrindavan, the love of Radha and Krishna. Rupa Manjari knows. And so he in the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more than qualified to expand on the spiritual, transcendental nature of the love of Radha and Krishna. And especially, he has been empowered directly by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so, he is establishing the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the will of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is the will of Shrimati Radharani, the will of Krishna. And therefore, our line, we are known as Rupanugas, that we are following Srila Rupa Goswami. And Srila Rupa Goswami has written many, many books on the science of devotion. And as foremost of those books, Srila Prabhupada translated the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and he named it the Nectar of Devotion. And Srila Prabhupada said, anyone who's interested in the science of Krishna consciousness should read this book, the Nectar of Devotion. And so, why Rupa? Why are we not Ramananda Rai Anugas or Swarup Damodar Anugas? Why Rupa? Anyway, this subject is above our pay grade. But we just mentioned the mercy of Shrimati Radharani is that we see in Gambhira, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the last years of his pastimes in Jagannath Puri, he was now absorbed because his internal reason for coming was to also understand the love of Shrimati Radharani. He wanted to understand what is the joy that she feels serving him. He wanted to understand what is it about himself that attracts her so much and that she relishes by that love. And so the first part of his mission is for us to distribute the holy name, Yuga Dharma, so that we become purified and we get out of our daily slumber and we become interested in Goloka. We begin to forget we are not these bodies. We are spirit soul. Tatastha Shakti. That mission he had done. But in Janat Purit Gambhira, now he was going for his own desires. And when he was absorbed in separation from Radha and from Krishna, in the mood of Radha, then he would lose consciousness. And these two devotees, Ramananda Rai and Sarup Damodar, would be taking care. So Mahaprabhu glorifies them also. Because when his name is, I forgot the name of the devotee, he came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanting to hear Krishna Katha. Is it Gopinath? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, look, I don't know anything about Krishna. Whatever I know about Krishna, I have heard from Ramananda Rai. You should go and hear from Ramananda Rai about Krishna. He knows things about Krishna that I don't know. Now you may ask, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. How is it that he says he doesn't know anything about Krishna? And more than anything, how is it that Ramananda Rai knows something more than himself? Isn't he Sarvajna, all-knowing? How is it that there's things that he doesn't know? But this is explained out by our acharyas that when she is lost in separation from Krishna, then she may perform different activities, she may say different things that she doesn't even remember. She's not externally aware. But these devotees who are serving, they get to see and understand everything that is going on. But now, they are also being overwhelmed by the happiness of assisting Radha and Krishna so intimately that even they are sometimes losing consciousness. And then who is assisting the gopis? It is the manjaris. And Sri Rupa Goswami is the leader of those manjaris. So the wave of love of God is that it gets bigger and bigger as it moves away from Radha and Krishna. Therefore we are being taught to become the servant of the servant of the servant of the servants. Because the more we are humble, the more we are at a distance, the bigger the wave of mercy comes to us. And therefore, Rupa Goswami is highlighted even more than Ramananda Rai and Sarup Damodar. And so he is the gateway of Krishna consciousness for us. Srila Prabhupada wrote his next hour of instruction preface there. He said that we are followers of Rupa Goswami, Rupa Nugas. And so a day like this is for devotees to remember the great mercy and to understand that such acharyas, they are our well-wishers. They are our friends, our real friends. We are eternal, they are eternal. They know Krishna directly and they want us to come home to be part of that service. And they are accessible. If I want a relationship with you, Prabhu, then I will try to get your name, maybe get your phone number, try to talk to you, get to know about you. So same, we have to try to get to know Rupa Goswami. We have to get to know Rupa Manjari. And we have to offer some prayer. They've written so many beautiful prayers. We can recite those prayers. We can hear them being sung. And in this way, we start to show that we are interested in a relationship with them. And because they are so empowered, they can appear in our hearts. They can make the arrangements. And especially on their disappearance day, it's that they are even more merciful. That's why we're keeping you longer than you would like. You'd be happy free to walk around and go home. But you have to sit here and somehow or other try to hear. Because today the mercy is more. And we don't have a chance to really think of the eternal associates so much. What to speak of inviting them? But they are available. You can offer a flower to the book of Rupa Goswami. Doesn't take much. You give 10 seconds of your day. It starts to build this relationship with them. And they are ready. They're just waiting for us. And in Vrindavan Dham, his samadhi is there at the Radha Damodar temple. We can visit. And at that same Radha Damodar temple, this is where our Srila Prabhupada got clear message from Rupa Goswami that he should go and establish this movement. And we don't understand what this movement is. We are just seeing some Sangha. We are told you should be part of a satsang. But this Sangha is very special in that the head prefects are the most intimate servitors of Krishna. And they want to give us that flavor of devotion, which is Krishna Akashini. It can attract the heart of Krishna. So that may be something very high or feeling it's very far, but we are given a practical process. And that process is this Harinam Sankirtan. Please take it seriously. I know India, so many songs are there. Huh? So many Krishna bhajans we know. Some we grew up hearing, Ram bhajans, this bhajan, so many. But this, iti so dasakam nam nam kalikalma sanashanam, nata parata ropaya, savevedeshu drishyati. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This Brahmaji says, after studying all the Vedas 3 times, I have found that this 16-syllable mantra, Kali Kalma Sanasanam, it is the very means to remove all the nash, remove all the kalmas, the dirt that Kali Yuga has put on our hearts. It is the most easiest way to awaken love of Krishna. And so, every class you will hear, we will say, please chant Hare Krishna. Because this is the gift Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought for us. And this is the gift that devotees like Rupa Goswami are writing so many books just to convince us to chant this simple mantra. So we don't accept this gift, then we will be accepting Kali Yuga's gift, Maya's gift. Oh, that one's very shiny gift. People are pushing and shoving each other to get this gift. Yes, it is housed in big mandirs, Ambience Mall. It's very big mandir, but it's a mandir for I want this, I need that, can I get that? More and more things, shiny things. Then we think, no, Delhi is not so bad. It's nice actually. So we are praying today to Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada for his mercy that we can become followers of Srila Prabhupada and we can accept this gift of the holy name, that we can somehow or the other prioritize our spiritual welfare and accept the mercy. So please take a deep breath in, everyone, and out. In and out. One more. And out. And raise your hands. And together as loud as you can so Rupa Goswami can hear us. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande, Hare Krishna. So thank you.